Start recording. Stop recording. Button. Speech off.
Ba-da-beep-ba-da-boop. It's Music Lover, and yes, I got the Braille No Touch. It's right here. Well, let me move my other keyboard so you can actually see it or hear it. I had this ever since Friday. My old Apex is back with the other students. If you guys remember my older videos before they got taken down by young Kona, I've had two Apexes before this Apex. Before this touch. Not like both at the same time. But what I'm going to show you, I'm going to turn this on, and then we're going to do a tutorial of it. So this will be a technology video. By the way, the reason why I don't feel like doing a singing tips video, to be honest, and I'm going to do 3-in-1 singing tips videos. So next week, just be prepared for that. Also, a heads up, tomorrow's video, I will probably have a little slur in my voice. I'm going to have, if you guys don't know this, but I have braces on my teeth. So, well, some of you guys know that. So I might have some slur when I talk, or have some words. They're gonna work on my tops, bottoms, and all that. They're gonna do a lot of stuff on my mouth tomorrow, so we'll see how I am. We'll see how I do with videos. But anyways, on to our technology video. Let's turn on the Braille No Touch now. Here's the on-off button on the left side. It's right above the volume buttons. It's like the third. And you hold it in for about a few seconds like this. And it vibrates, and it says starting key soft. That's the first thing you see on the screen. Now just wait. Wait a sec. It's gonna freeze. Well, not freeze, but yep. And it's spinning! That means it's thinking. And then it stops, and then it starts spinning. This is a cool thing Humanware has done. No other note taker from Humanware has done this. It's spinning and spinning and going around in circles. I love this new feature. It's like thinking. It's like how a laptop thinks. Let's wait. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Still going. Takes about a minute.
Locked 3:51. Tuesday, May 9th.
Yes, and now what you want.
Unlock button.
Yep.
Device unlocked. Main menu.
Now, I'm going to show you your main menu before we go into the tutorial, because we are going to learn the tutorial of the touch. But first of all, let me show you the normal main menu that's been on all Braille Note Touch, or all Braille Note takers.
Contacts. Key list.
Yep, key list is there. And that is basically key list, key mail, and key plan. So your calendar, contacts, and your emails are all here.
Email. Key mail.
And there's your email.
Internet. Key web.
There's your internet. And by the way, I have not set it to Wi-Fi just yet.
Word processor. Key word.
And there's word processor.
Planner. Key plan.
Yep.
File manager. Key files. Calculator. Key calc. Victor Reader. Play Store.
Now this is the big thing about this touch. This Braille Note Touch has a Play Store. No other Braille Note takers have a Play Store. This is what's cool about the Braille Note Touch, is it's a certified Google tablet. So it has that, and
all applications.
All applications. And later on in a later section I'll show you what all applications are. But let's go into the tutorial. Normally when you first start your note taker, it will take you to a tutorial. But since I've already been through all those, I'm going to go into Options menu.
Options menu.
Miscellaneous.
Miscellaneous settings.
And I'm just pressing O, then M, and then L. Oops.
User guide.
Oh, I forgot to hit enter.
Miscellaneous settings.
Miscellaneous settings, I wanted enter.
Miscellaneous settings. Vibration feedback checkbox. Not checked.
And here's some edit boxes. Well, I want the launch tutorial.
Launch tutorial.
And now let's get to learn more about the Braille Note Touch. So just listen to her, and if you ever need to go back, or if you need more clarification, if you need to go back to listen to a previous section, you can do that. If you need more clarification on something that she said, ask me questions in the comments below. Here we go.
Keysoft tutorial. Welcome to the Braille Note Touch. Press the rightmost thumb key.
And the thumb keys are on the bottom, so I'm going to do that.
There are a number of ways to read and navigate using Braille Note Touch, including using a physical keyboard, the touch screen with gestures, or the innovative Touch Braille virtual keyboard. For this first example, you can use the well-known thumb keys located across the front edge of Braille Note Touch. The 4 thumb keys from left to right are previous, left, right, and next. Previous and next will navigate forward and backward by item or control, and left and right will pan or scroll the refreshable Braille display when reading. An item or control can be activated simply by pressing one of the touch cursor routing keys located directly above each cell of the refreshable Braille display. Using the thumb keys, locate the Next button on the screen and activate it using a touch cursor routing key to proceed, or the Exit button to exit this tutorial and begin using Braille Note Touch.
Now, I want to keep on going, but if you want to exit the tutorial, you can hit exit button. Here, I'll show you your options right here. I'm just hitting next. I'm using the rightmost thumb key. That's the next key.
Do not launch this tutorial next time I restart my Braille Note checkbox. Checked.
And I have that checked because I don't want to have the touch every time. I did uncheck it earlier just because I thought jumping here, but I thought, why not I show you the main menu.
Next button. Previous button. Exit tutorial button. Previous button. Disabled.
Now we don't have a previous tutorial, so I want to go next.
Next button.
And I'm going to hit the rightmost cursor shape button.
Exploring Braille Note Touch.
Okay, here we go.
Let's get to know your Braille Note Touch. With the Braille Note in front of you, either on your lap or on a table, along the front edge of Braille Note Touch, you already located the 4 thumb keys. As a reminder, they are named Previous, Left, Right, and Next. In the middle of the thumb keys are 3 buttons. The left button, shaped like a triangle, is your back or exit button. The circle button is your home button, which will always take you to the Braille Notes main menu. The square button is your context menu button. Pressing this button in certain apps will show you a menu of the most useful functions and keyboard shortcuts for that app. The context menu is just one more way to get immediate help using your Braille Note Touch. Holding the square button down for a couple seconds will bring up the recent apps list, showing you a list of your currently opened applications. Moving to the left edge of your Braille Note Touch, you will find furthest away from you a micro USB port.
Right here.
This port is used to charge your Braille Note Touch, as well as connecting to computers for transferring of files. In front of this port is a button with a slight indentation. This is the lock/unlock button. Quickly tapping this button will either lock or unlock your Braille Note, and if your Braille Note is completely off, holding this button down will power it on. In front of the lock/unlock button are the volume up and down buttons. Moving to the back edge of your Braille Note Touch, at the back left corner you will find the USB port. Next to it is your SD slot, and lastly you will find an HDMI port. The HDMI port is used to send the Braille Notes visual display to a separate television, monitor, or projector. On the right edge of Braille Note Touch are 2 ports that feel similar. The one furthest from you is the microphone jack. Next is a headphone jack, and the button with a raised dot on it is an action button. This action button has different functions depending on the app you are using. For example, when using the Victor Reader book reading application, this action button serves as your play/pause button. Next button.
And if you want to go to the next, you can hit the rightmost thumb key cursor-shaped key.
The physical keyboard.
All right.
Braille Note Touch includes an optional physical keyboard that can be used for writing and also for full keyboard navigation of apps. For example, space with dot 1 will move backwards, and space with dot 4 will move forward by item or control, similar to using the previous and next thumb keys. Pressing Enter activates an item similar to pressing one of the Braille Touch cursor routing keys above the cells of the refreshable Braille display. Space with E will exit an operation or navigate back to the previous step. Space with H will provide contextual help for navigation or command instructions. Braille Note Touch also includes a powerful feature called First Letter Navigation. By simply pressing the first letter of any item or control, it is possible to quickly move directly to that item. Pressing N, for example, will move directly to the next button below.
Yeah, and it's right there.
Next button.
So if you want to scroll quickly through these tutorials, then you can always use the next button on your Braille Note Touch. Now that's what's cool, also another benefit over it, but I'll tell you what the benefits are over this and other note takers later on in another video.
Braille preferences.
Okay, here you can set it, but I'll let it explain.
Please select literary, contracted, or computer uncontracted Braille for both input and your Braille display below. To do this, navigate to the different drop-down lists and press Enter to open the choices. Use your next and previous thumb keys to navigate among the choices and press Enter when you find your preferred Braille mode. Preferred Braille grade for entry, Literary Braille. Preferred Braille grade for display, Literary Braille.
These are my settings.
Computer Braille table, English US E. Literary Braille table, English US Duxbury grade 2. Next button. Using the touch screen.
Okay, now before we read this tutorial, I'll show you the touch screen. Let's flip up the keyboard. And here is the touch screen. This is so cool. This is another really cool thing about the Braille Note Touch. And I'll let you hear what this is all about.
Braille Note Touch provides the ability to interact with the device using only the touch screen that can be accessed by lifting the physical keyboard. It is also possible to write in Braille using only the touch screen using an innovative feature called Touch Braille. To use Touch Braille, simply place all 10 fingers directly on the touch screen just as you would when using the physical Braille keyboard until you feel a short vibration, which indicates that the Braille Note Touch has recognized your fingers. Then, simply raise your fingers slightly above the touch screen and begin writing in Braille. If you feel a long vibration, the finger recognition was not successful. Simply raise your 10 fingers and place them on the screen again. Note that touch Braille accuracy can be improved if your wrists are down closer to the Braille display and you simply flex your fingers up and down, rather than keeping your wrists up in the air. When Braille Note Touch is started, Touch Braille is always active by default. Next button. Exploring by touch and gestures. Exploring the screen is also possible by simply using a single finger or by using some basic gestures on the touch screen. Pressing the previous and next thumb keys at the same time will switch between Touch Braille and Explore modes.
Now I'm going to actually do this.
Touch Braille off.
And swipe.
When in Explore mode, simply move a single finger around the screen to locate various items and tap twice quickly with the single finger to activate the item. This is also known as a double tap.
And that's what I use my phone all the time.
To perform a long press of an item, tap twice quickly and hold your finger on the screen. Swipe left or right with a single finger to navigate to the previous or next item. Press the previous and next thumb keys together again to enable Touch Braille at any time.
And I'm going to do that right now.
Touch Braille on. Next button.
So that was kind of fun, just showing you guys.
Editing basics.
Okay, here we go.
At any point, you can use first letter navigation to quickly find an item in an app. Type the first letter of the item you are looking for, and Braille Notes focus will jump directly to that item. If you want to type information into an edit box or form, you will first need to activate edit mode. Similar to forms or focus mode used by many screen readers, simply press enter or double tap on an edit box. You will hear a rising tone to signify that edit mode is active. You will also see the Braille cursor appear between the edit box brackets on your Braille display. Note that if you are exploring the screen and double tap on an edit box, Touch Braille will automatically be activated and you can immediately begin typing. Type your information into the edit box and, when finished, you can easily leave edit mode by pressing the exit command or button, space with either the left arrow key on the front of your Braille note. Even easier, you can simply navigate to the next or previous item using your next or previous thumb keys. Edit mode will be disabled automatically and you can use first letter navigation again. Note that if you had previously been using Explore mode to double tap on an edit box, Touch Braille will be deactivated when you leave edit mode so you can continue exploring the screen with your finger. If you have multiple edit boxes to fill, often apps will allow you to press enter to jump directly to the next edit box in the form, keeping you efficiently editing. You can quickly check what the enter key will do in an edit box by using your contextual help command. You can practice editing either with Touch Braille or by flipping down the physical keyboard in the below edit box. Find the edit box using your next thumb key and activate edit mode by pressing enter on it. Type in your name and navigate to the next button to move on to the next step.
This is optional and I'm going to actually do it.
What is your name?
Okay, I'm gonna show you how to use Touch Braille. Oh. And
What is your name?
.6 M-U-S-I-C Music. .6 L-O-V 1 2 4 5 6.
that's
1 2
That's
4 5
ER.
E-R Lever.
and you heard. So if I wanted to actually read this,
You can practice editing. What is your name? Edit box, music lover.
Yep, so there we have it, Music Lover.
Next button. Typing in computer Braille. When typing in certain edit boxes, such as those which require an email address, password, web address, or phone number, you may receive the message that computer Braille is required. Computer Braille is always required when using KeyWeb. This means that you can only type in those boxes using computer Braille, and contractions will not be recognized. This is to ensure that the exact symbols you want to type are typed directly into the box without any Braille translation occurring. You will also notice that when typing in computer Braille, the cursor changes from 2 dots to 1 to help show you when computer Braille is being used. Next button. 8-dot computer Braille. When typing in computer Braille, you will also notice that you can combine your backspace, .7, and enter, .8 keys to make different characters. This is because Braille Note Touch uses 8-dot computer Braille to enter certain symbols. One thing to remember when typing in computer Braille is that many characters require the enter or backspace keys to create those characters. This means that keyboard commands, which require backspace or enter to perform an action, need to have the space bar added to them to be recognized as a command. So, for example, commands such as the delete to end of document command, which is done typically by pressing backspace with dots 4, 5, 6, will actually create some specific characters in certain languages when using computer Braille. To perform the delete to end of line command, you need to add the space bar to backspace with dots 4, 5, 6. If you are trying to perform a command which requires enter or backspace, and it is creating a character you did not intend to create. First, check if you are using computer Braille. If so, try that command with the space bar added. Next button. Let's practice typing in computer Braille.
Alright.
Note that when typing in computer Braille, some of the more common characters you may need to type can be written at .7-4,
@7 and 4.
underscore .4-5-6, .4-6,
And that's a period. It shows a period, but it doesn't say period.
# .3-4-5-6. The entire 8-dot computer Braille table can be found in the appendix of the user guide. To practice, activate edit mode by pressing enter or a cursor arrow key on the below email address edit box. You will notice that computer Braille will be required because this edit box is expecting an email address. Type your email address and use the far right thumb key to navigate to the next button. Press enter or a cursor arrow key on it to move to the next screen.
Alright.
Email address edit box.
Alright, I'm gonna make up a really weird email address. This one, I'm just gonna make up a weird site.
Email address edit box. Computer Braille is required.
YOUTUBEISFU. Q deleted. N at YOUTUBE period COM.
YouTube is fun at youtube.com. Okay, and I can see what I type. Watch this.
To practice email address edit box. YouTubeisfun@youtube.com.
And I did it correctly. Oh, wow. It even still, but it still uses contractions. Wow. Well, never mind.
Next button.
Whatever.
Begin using Braille Note Touch.
Yay.
Congratulations. You are now ready to begin using Braille Note Touch. Do not launch this tutorial next time. Our next button. Disabled.
Okay, so now we're done.
Keysoft tutorial.
Ah.
Google account.
No, I don't want to actually enter my...
Next button. Disabled. Do not launch. Begin using Braille Note Touch. Top.
I want to go back now.
Main menu. Contacts. Key list. Recent apps. To clear all button. Calendar. Keysoft tutorial. Bottom. Clear all button. Main menu.
And I'm going to actually turn off my speech.
Alert. Power off. Ringer off.
I'm going to put it back on the charger. So yeah, I wanted to show you how to use the Braille Note Touch. How to get started with it anyways. You're going to go through a setup process, which I'm not going to show you. Because I'm not fully done with the setup process. Sorry if I'm talking to a wall here. I don't want it unlocked. Thanks. Okay. You're going to go through a setup process, which that you can I'll talk more about it later. But anyways, yeah, I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Music lovers signing off, but always remind you that at times it's okay to be random.